happens. Hay isn't cheap and we already lose a lot as it is. So, first hay that I did, a third of it just fell apart before I got to the hay ring. So when I saw this one going, I was like, ah, crap. It wasn't as bad, but still, it's not cheap. Gotta save it. So we've been noticing the last few times we've got these little millipede worms and they're all over the tractor. And we thought we'd bring some chickens from home to see if they would do anything for it. And we've got tons of bugs. So we brought them in this crate and we let them out, right? And at first, gosh, I got a fly on me. They weren't doing too much, but after a while, besides going out and exploring as we're eating lunch and on our laps wanting food and everything else and nesting, flies. So because we have a lot of flies, we want to see if these chickens will help. It's just one thing to kind of do, and I'm hoping they disperse some manure. Oh, come on, little girlfriend. So we brought these chickens for a couple of reasons. First, to see if they'd eat the millipedes, and they did eat some after a while. Second is, as Catherine is showing us, we wanted to see what they're going to do to the manure piles sitting down below. And that's the reason we want them to come. All right. We want them to go after all these manure piles and see if they can start eating larvae before they start hatching. So in this effort, we're trying to get them the flies before they actually get out to fly, right? The second thing that I want to know is, since we do want to use chickens, and they're not the full solution to flies, but I don't know how far they roam. We've only had them in a house or the backyard. Online, I've seen that they've said that they will roam 100 to 350 yards, which is pretty far. So I'm trying to figure out where we need to place them in the pastures to give the most effect. And I want to see where they go, how far they've gone. We've got a wild one. She's loose.
Yeah, she is. Man, she's brave. They haven't had enough predators in their lives.
No, they will soon find out. As we've had them out, they've been wandering a pretty good clip, so we're gonna keep seeing what they do. Third reason that we want to bring them out is I want to see if they can get past this fence, the barbed wire. Whether I have to put them inside the barbed wire fence where the potential bison are, or if I can leave them outside and they'll just crawl under automatically. So those are the three reasons. We're gonna see these chickens, give them a day and see what happens and check in on them every once in a while. I did tell my son, whose chickens these are, that there's no guarantee that they will all make it back home. And he's okay if a predator grabs it, but he doesn't want us to just lose one lost in the wilderness to be frightened at night. So we're gonna do our best. We gotta get that other one that took off. Since we're in the middle of the pasture with the hay for the buffalo, they're gonna tear this puppy up. So we put it on the inside with the water. We'll see how well it lasts, but obviously they get in and they'll be just fine. So in the future, we're gonna have them. I'm not sure exactly when we'll have all the hens, but it's gonna be coming. We're gonna leave the hens here for a little while, see how they do, check in on them every once in a while. Hopefully we'll all find them and my son will be happy when we get home. So, and the pursuit of finishing Pasture 7 is about to get to complete. At least
Fencing.
So we finished this other line the other day, the whole west side. Now all we're doing is the south side. So we've got the corner here. We've got this little ravine creek thing that we just got to put some barbed wire down. And then we have this barbed wire over here. Let me show it to you. So the south line already has all this barbed wire, and it has a 5-strand, these guys, and this guy that I broke on accident with an auger, but it's got this whole 5-strand, and we're gonna put this brace post here. We've got a corner post, and we're gonna take this guy and put a diagonal across it, not doing a full H, and we're gonna hook up 2 wires above this guy and just run them down the straight line. We're gonna just reuse this guy. It seems good so far. But the main tasks are we gotta get this guy braced, and we had to put in a bunch of these T-posts. I think I measured last night and it was, what was it, 450? 600?
600.
I hope it wasn't 600. Anyway, it's a long way. And the concerns are going to be brush. How much brush is in the fence? Can we even get T-posts down? And just doing these odds and ends, the corner, the creek, getting this up here. And then we're going to be good. 2 lines, just 2 lines to go all the way. So that's a congratulatory clap, right? So
That's an optimistic clapping is what you're doing there.
Sweating nads, everybody is too. So we're gonna get cracking on this. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult because I'm not 8 feet tall. So I'm probably going to stand on barbed wire. All right, that little tag in the ground, that's the actual corner marker. So we're going to put ours really close to it, right about here. We're inside just the 4 top. The bottom one actually routes through this pine tree. It is actually about 4 inches behind that post marker. So we're going to put it here, and then we're going to put T-post clips on our side here, and then wrap between this post to this guy to close this off. We will then run a line over to that other post, which we'll show you a little bit later. But this is going to be our corner T-post, and so we got to get this in. I'm just not that tall. Mari's going to be my little Vanna White, and she's going to hold this, and I'm going to stand on some barbed wire. If anything's got traction, it's barbed wire.
We'll have to have it on, but yeah, I assume you're testing it.
Huh. The pull starts really high. Mari, I think this was less effective. Now stack the barbed wire.
We're gonna need people to help get the barbed wire off it while it goes down. Clark, can anyone help pull the barbed wire so it doesn't grab it?
Here, grab this, please. We're about 4 inches over from it, and we'll probably wrap it around the back side of the current T-post that is the marker and go to ours, so it kind of arcs a little bit, but it's not to be that particular about it. I mean, the post in the ground is right there. I think everybody can figure that out. So anyway, that sucks. That is why I did not drill these posts right up next to this tree any further than I did. So anyway, we're going to finish wrapping that and wrapping this guy, and then this line will be actually complete.
This one doesn't have any.
Hammer.
So now pull that over here. Right here.
We're putting T-posts every other gap. We have our post here in a gap, almost. So it'd be 1 gap right here, 2 gap, we're gonna put it right next to here. And they're gonna come 3rd gap, 4th gap, put it right there. Then we're gonna go 1, 2 is where the trees are. So we're putting it actually the next guy over. So those are how we're spacing it. Our kids are going down and doing this. And we're putting it close, and we're hopefully not going to have a lot of interference. But no guarantees, right? Never a guarantee.
Ooh, nice and warm.
Are they warm, Big News?
Yes, this one. Stilts.
Stilts. Steve, how many put up so far? 4?
About 8.
8 total?
About.
These are 12 now? Alright, looks like this is posts 8 through 12 maybe. Ugh. You're skiing, dog, you're skiing. Just keep walking with them.
With T-post. Not with fan plastic, things with points.
Alright, Charlotte's been working here and she's got this one done. She ran another line from over on this guy across the dirt, down, over, and up there. So it's not uber tight, but it's probably good enough. And then we ran another line from here down to here, and she tried filling in some extra mulch around it. So I think that looks good. She's now working over here on the corner.
Yep.
So we'll see how this goes and keep you posted. Okay, now this is our new corner post, which is of course off the corner. Dad and I got this done. It's now pounded in, and this is right along the line. If I can show that to you. There we go. So the barbed wire slides right in between there. Now, we are gapped a little bit here. I had intended to bring a 2x4 and put it up there to just try and bridge that gap. Right now I'm not really worried about it. I forgot it up at the pavilion. We are probably about 4 inches off up here, and we're really only going to be doing these top ones up above this 5th strand. So I'm not really too worried about those right now, but we're going to take post or the wire, wrap it here, send it that way once we get all the T-posts in. And that might be a really big chore, to be honest with you. A really big chore. If you've ever wondered what we do with all the leftover rolls, like this guy, or any of these guys, you use them for repairs, use them for just the odd jobs, like straddling a creek, or doing what she's doing over there, where you just need a little extra 3 feet somewhere, and you cut them off. This whole gnarly mess came from a roll, and it kind of came off, and it was part of that whole line that we did here just for the marker of all T-posts. And so that was the extra bit that we kind of had left over on one of them. And now we need to find a use for it. So you always find uses for them. You don't want to throw them away. Charlotte's already had bug in her, pre-cut all these guys into certain lengths. And she's using them behind me to do all of the gaps. So once she's done here going up that T-post, she's going to go from that T-post over to our wood post, which is right here. So she's going to split the 2 pine trees right in the middle of the screen. She's going to come over. Now I've already measured, and we have marks measured for 5 feet. So this is actually a 4-foot fence. I have a mark here, and I have a mark here. It's at 5 and 6 feet. All right, task now. Let's start setting these T-posts and seeing how far we get. And again, our objective is not to clear the line. Our objective is just to get enough so we can get the T-post down, leave all the other stuff here for now, because it just acts as a visual deterrent to the buffalo getting out anyway. We just want enough room to run the 2 strands up top. So we're going to try and get these T-posts in as far as we can, and then start running the top line.
Back up to the next one. I've gotten all of my little sections tied and stapled off all the way to the top. But our line on the south side, I need to do the top 2 lines. So you can kind of see the old lines right there. So this is the new line, and it runs between these 2 trees. I haven't tightened it up yet. That's why it's all loopy. But right here, Jeff was good and marked me my line. So now I'm going to kind of wrap it up here, figure out how much I need, clip it, because it's pretty long right now. And then I'll go up here to the top line and kind of measure out my next distance through the pine trees to the post and get it done. So this one little section is about there. So our little section's done. We've made it a little ways down the line adding T-posts. We'll go catch up with them and see how they're doing. Well, they're in the bushes, that's for sure. We can see all the posts as we go along. There's one right there. And then down, 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 down into the dark holes where we came from. So they've been making great progress.
Postman.
I'd say this may be the hardest part is fighting the bush.
The tree was right next to it.
That went really easy.
Yes, some of them go in,
And some of them.
so all you had to do is push down on them, and others you can't beat in the ground.
Alright, Grandpa's gotta find a hole through the brush to slide that T-post. So Clark has lined up our next spot. And that's some thick vinage over there.
Yes.
Just make sure I'm poking the right end in. Some are. Okay, you're in the bush.
Yeah. Me and
I think you're stuck, Laura. Can you get out?
I want to get out.
Come on out.
Elbows are killing me.
So about a year ago, we had this whole property line mulched, and that T-post got attacked by the mulcher a little bit. That's why it's all bent. So you can see the line where it's all cleared out. So we obviously still have growth, but that's not ours.
Next to the dead tree, Clark. You need to put it next to the dead tree. Two dead tree-ish area. Three on the other side of the tree.
That's an area.
You can put it there.
These are going to take some other bigger clippers to fine tune, but I think we're good now.
The red gate, the finish line,
Yeah.
right over there. The hazards of what we're doing. So this is the bottom of Pasture 7 against the south line here. And you can see how many of these little saplings have grown up. This had been mowed just over a year ago. Not too bad, but it's definitely growing. We just got to finish this line and get some gates up. It's like a jungle out here.
So we're pretty tired. Jeez. We got everything done. T-posts, 27 T-posts, which 20 foot apart approximately. You're looking 540. Yeah. I don't remember anything right now. So 540, and then you have the ends, which would be another 20 or 30 on that side. It's about 60, so just call it 600 feet total. That's a good long line. Now, we've got a bunch of, what are they called, trees?
Yes.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of trees either side of the wire, and it's gonna be a bugger. So we're not gonna start that now. It's dinner time, and we gotta go check chickens anyway and see if they're still alive.
See if they're ready for dinner.
Yeah, Talmadge will be a little pissed if we don't come home with all 5. So we're gonna have to go check to see how they're doing. But next time we come back, it's gonna be running wire. And that's gonna be the main task, just to get it done. And hopefully hanging gates will be after that. Don't know how much it'll get done. It never gets done as soon as you want. So anyway, let's get back up, check chickens.
Oh,
They are a little thirsty.
they are a little thirsty. Hi, Annies. Oh, all 5 girls survived the day. Oh, Talmadge will be so happy.
So it's hot and they're just getting shade. So I'm glad we don't have to run them down. But before we had left and we had left them here, they had taken off outward and yonder, and they went over by the piggies when we were over under the pavilion. They were towards the big barn. So they do travel. I don't know how much they ended up traveling, but they were just thirsty. We had moved the water after we had put them out to avoid the bison playing with it. But anyway, that's our chickies. All right, guys, we appreciate you joining along with us as we've been doing more fencing and chicken research. So our chickens passed the test. It's a matter of figuring out everything about how many we want, where we want to put them, how to get water and all that other stuff. So keep staying along with us, like, subscribe. We didn't check the babies because it's just been a couple days since we were last here, and according to the numbers, they were all the same. So anyway, we will catch you guys next time. Thanks.
With you, I wanna stay with you.